Hello, everybody. I was going to do a video on um, the Owl House and how I think the last two episodes have been some of the best, the best of the season, if not the series, and why I think it's so much better than what it was. Then, um, I started reading last night. I started reading this book right here. It's in selfie modes because so it's going to be backwards. So sorry about that. Um, I just gotta make people like this just cover half my face. I should look fairly good this way. Yeah, I'll just start wearing hat like a Phantom of the Opera thing. Hi. Oh, you're cute. No, you're not. Cutie pie. Ugly bitch. Anyway, the book's called Welcoming Lilith. And as I said, I love Lilith. She's one of my favorite characters from mythology. I love her story. I love the iconography. That's why I have a Lilith shirt. That's why I have a Lilith necklace. It's why Lilith is my favorite character from the Owl House. It's why I love the character of Lilith from Cheers. Um, Even properties I don't really know too much about, like Doom. I love. They have a character called Lilith. I love her look and design. Marvel Comics has a Lilith, and she looks absolutely amazing. So I love Lilith. Um, and so I've been on a Lilith kick. Just like last year, I was on an Azathoth kick. Um, and I've been trying to do some deep dives. I've been listening to a lot of music concerning Lilith. Um, Even tried to watch some invocations and rituals to Lilith online on YouTube. But as soon as they started, I couldn't. I had to stop. I mean, my eyes rolled so far back in their head, I thought I was going to see my brain. Which A tells me that at this point in my life, I'm pretty much functionally atheist. I mean, in the strictest sense of the word, I'm agnostic still because I don't know how everything began, and I still think the idea that an all-powerful being could have created everything is just as plausible as any other. Um, then I fully admit that's maybe just because I'm just too stupid to understand the science of how something could come from nothing, but I'm sure, fine. But in the way I live my life and my practical day to day beliefs and everything, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in life after death. I don't believe in any divine intervention. I don't believe in divine judgment or karma or reincarnation or heaven or hell or any sort of that. I think if one would study history, one would find that when it comes to the gods, they're all worthless. Because I have yet to see any religion or belief system that actually protected its followers. It's like Christians got fed to lions, pagans got burned at the stake. So, you tell me, um, you know, Buddhists commit genocide against Muslims in Myanmar, and uh, and Uyghur Muslims get sent to concentration camps in China. Um, Meanwhile, people like me in Muslim countries get beheaded or put in jail. So I've yet to see how any god or goddess or supernatural force protects its followers. I don't see it. So if the gods do exist, they're strictly hands off. Which begs the question, why even bother? But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate and like religious or mythological imagery and iconography. I do. You know, I don't believe in giant monsters, but I absolutely love and adore Godzilla. I mean, I've loved Godzilla pretty much my entire life. You know, I still have a Godzilla plushie from when I was like 4 or 5. It's my son's now. I gave it to him, but you know, but I know he's a fictional character. I definitely know he doesn't exist, but you know, I love looking at pictures of Godzilla. I love listening to Blue Oyster's cult, you know, Godzilla. I know dragons don't exist, but I love dragon iconography. Here's a dragon necklace I have. You know, that I wear sometimes on stage. That I absolutely love. I have a tentacle necklace. You know, I just love the imagery of it. I love the look of it. You know, so I wear it. It's a fashion choice. And that's why I wear my, you know, my Lilith sigil. I love the character of Lilith, and I love the look of it. Recently, I wore all 3. It's kind of down, which was interesting. Going because I live in an extremely Christian conservative area, so here's my tranny ass going out. By the way, never ever use the word tranny. Okay, I'm trans. I'm using it because that's my tribe, and I'm using it sarcastically. That's not permission for anybody else to use, for not cis people to use it. But you know, walking around like this, you know, with all my necklaces on, I probably scared a few people, maybe intrigued some, but yeah, whatever. So anyway, like I said, I'm still interested. I still love the character of Lilith. And so I saw that book, got it, was reading it. You know, when the author talks about imagery and uses Lilith as like metaphor and simile for other things, I actually think it's really good. But when she gets into like rituals and stuff like that, I'm just like, oh fuck, I just can't take it. This is too damn goofy. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What got me was the more I read it, the more excluded I felt. Because while it talked about female empowerment, female energy, it was only cisgendered women that it was talking to. You know, specifically, you know, because some of the rituals actually involved menstrual blood. You know, and it talked about womb energy. And that got me thinking. It's like, I know the LGBT community skews pagan, skews New Age. I knew a lot of people back in the day who were, you know, Wiccan, and most of them were bisexual, gay, so I know as a community we lean that way, but it's like, you know, am I welcomed? You know, are trans women welcome? So I started looking, and honestly, the answer I got was no, you're not. One article I read in The Guardian talked about how a group of trans women were excluded from a ritual for Diana. And then I came across another website dedicated to Lilith worship, which basically said that trans women are men, trans men are women, that trans women don't suffer sexism unless they pass, which, fuck you. I do not pass at all. Especially not without my wig on. But I've experienced sexism. And even if you don't believe it, I still experience transphobia. And that's equally as bad. Matter of fact, go look at the statistics on the shit trans people go through. Rates of joblessness, rates of homelessness, rates of abuse, rates, of murder. It ain't easy being trans. If I never would have came out, never would have transitioned, and kept pretending to be a cis heterosexual man, I would have had that privilege. But I don't now. That shit is gone. So, and another thing is that, trans men experience sexism, and if you look, you'll see trans men getting yelled down all the time. The implication of they're being talked over and shouted down by trans women, but no, it's y'all motherfuckers who are yelling down trans men. Okay? It's the transphobes that are yelling all of us down. Most of us want to hear from the guys. I want to hear from my trans brothers. I want to talk to them. I want to hear their point of view. And I follow some on YouTube, and I love hearing from their perspective. I remember one really intriguing one where it was a trans man talking about, going from being female to male and how, that affected how they viewed sexism and gender roles. And it was really, really good, really deep, really interesting. So no one is shouting down our trans brothers. Okay? It's you all that just want to make it about us and make it like we're predators. That all we're trying to do is to get into women's spaces to rape. Which, just for the record, and I can only speak for me. If you ever see me in a public bathroom, it's because I'm about to soil myself. I hate public bathrooms. I only use them when my bladder is about ready to burst or my ass is about to split wide open. Okay? I hate them. They're dirty. They're nasty. I always feel awkward, especially if I have to do it, number 2, because I'm worried someone's going to walk in and it's like, the noise. I mean, I hate them. So I only use them when absolutely necessary. And then I'm only in there long enough to do what I gotta do. Flush. Clean my hands. And get the fuck out. Alright. Like I said, I can only talk for me. But yeah, I'm not So I'm not. Oh, I'm not about going to bathrooms unless I have to. And as far as changing rooms, I just want to try on clothes because women's sizes are all across the board. Like my shirts run from 1X to 3X, and and they all fit the same. So it's like when I was a guy, I could pretty much go, okay, yeah, I'm this size, buy something that size, and be fairly comfortable. It would fit. Now it's like I might be that size. Maybe it'll fit, maybe it won't. I don't know. So I got to, and that's just I'm just there to try clothes, and all my attention is just, does this make me look as fat as I actually am, or does it help disguise some of this garbage? So yeah, but it's the media, it's the transphobes that keep talking about us trans women. It's like the guys are here too. So and well, like I said, reading the article, one of the articles posted on the site, which was dedicated to radical feminism and Lilith worship, it was just like, it was clear that they did not like trans women at all. It was extremely transphobic. And so it's like, okay, we're not accepted in pagan religions, we're not accepted in the Abrahamic ones. Which is for me, it's like, okay, I mean, shit. I think I'm damned in like pretty much every single religion there is. I have Christians praying for me to go to hell, and I have witches who put curses on me from back in my early 20s, so fuck it. But for trans people who need a faith community, who need a form of spirituality, who need what religion offers: ritual, community, answers to the big questions, regardless of if they're true or not. It can be a minefield. And, like, growing up in the Christian religion, like most of us in America and the West do, you know where you stand. Before you ever come out, you know where you stand. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. But for like the pagan religions and stuff like that our community has gone to, that we've seen as like sorry, I don't have COVID. I just have a recurring cough. I've had it for years, so at least I hope not. I'm fully vaccinated, but that was back in February. But I should be good. But anywho, for a type of religion that our community has been naturally drawn to, if not actively recruited, find out that it's, you're not welcome there either. That can really hurt. It hurts me, and I don't care. It's like, I'm mentally and psychologically beyond the point of needing religion. But it still hurts. And I remember the one thing I read in the article they wrote is like, you know, if you have a problem with being excluded from rituals, take it up. You can take it up with Lilith herself. It's like, if she was real, I would. But she's not. She's as real as the Easter Bunny. Alright? She's not making this call. You are. Jesus isn't making that call. You are. Allah isn't making that call. You are. Yahweh isn't making that call. You are. None of these entities are real. They're as real as Smaug, Sauron, Azathoth, Cthulhu, Mr. Toad, Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, Woody Woodpecker. It's your beliefs and prejudice, not your deities. So, I don't know. Like I said, I still love the Lilith figure. I'm still gonna wear my Lilith sigil. I'm still gonna wear my Lilith shirt. I'm gonna finish this, even though I think half of this is goofy, but I'm still gonna listen to hymns to Lilith. I just recently wrote a couple months ago. I wrote a song dedicated to Lilith. I got the lyrics, I got some music, but I just haven't had time to work on them. But I want to. So like I said, I love the character. I love the idea of Lilith, which I guess, that's probably why I do take it so personally. Because even beyond, it's like somebody telling me, it's like, you can't be a Godzilla fan. You can never watch another Godzilla movie, or you can't talk about Godzilla. It's the same way. It's like, no, you can't talk about Lilith. You can't read about her. You can't, sing about her. Because she's very important to me. As a horror fan, I love the horror iconography. The mother of nightmares, potentially the first vampire. Yeah. As a symbol of, independence and rebellion, not to seize a throne or to overthrow another ruler so you can rule, but just to own your own body, your own self. Yeah, that means a lot to me. Lilith means as much to me as anyone who worships her seriously. Because I'm not there praising her, worshiping her to try and, incur her favor or to get something from her. I just love the character. I love her meaning. I love, her backstory. I love Lilith. So I'm going to continue to read about her and sing about her and talk about her. And nobody's going to tell me otherwise. Lilith is as much mine as she is yours. So, that's it for now. I might actually turn this into a little mini-series on religion. Because it's something I have been wanting to talk about as someone who's gone from being a Christian fundamentalist, biblical literalist, to, like I said, functionally atheist. So I do have a lot of opinions about religion, and I would like to talk about it more. But I'm about out of time, so anyway, to anybody who watches these, thank you. And hopefully you continue to stick around. If not, I'll still do them anyway. I mean, what the hell? So, anyway, have a great day. Love you. See ya.